You're watching the Common Fan Podcast, the place where SEC heat, wild predictions, and zero-filter football fans talk. I'm your host, Bryce Tillman. Let's crank it up and talk ball.
Yes, welcome on into another episode of the Common Fan Podcast. I'm your host, Bryce Tillman. Oregon, Indiana, semifinal game. We got to talk about it, break it down today for y'all, and I'm going to give y'all a prediction on it. Oregon opens up as the underdog. Yes, underdog. Indiana, number one team in the country, right? No surprise, 14-0, minus 3.5, with the over and under being at 48.5 points. I like that number right there. That seems right to me. The money line's at plus 150 for Oregon, minus 180 for Indiana. Kirk Cincinnati and the boys on an absolute burner, right? Have been for 14 games in a row. No shock. No shock. But Dan Lanning, the Oregon Ducks, have caught a phenomenal spark, and they are rolling. They are rolling, with their only loss being, guess who? That's right, Indiana. Indiana beat Oregon by 10 points in regular season. They're meeting up again in the semifinals of the College Football Playoffs to try to claw their way to a national championship. Now, Oregon's been to the playoffs before. Indiana was there last year. Both of these teams have been here. Oregon has made it to a national championship, never won one. Or they have not won one in the past relevancy. I don't know if they've ever won one in program history. I need to do a history check on that. But lost to Auburn, national championship. Lost to Ohio State in the national championship. Dan Lanning's got to get it going. Dan Lanning needs a national championship. Oregon needs a national championship. Phil Knight and Nike need a national championship. So, how can they do it against Indiana? Well, they didn't the first time. Fernando Mendoza does what Fernando Mendoza does. Black runs the football really well. Hempy runs the football really well. But Oregon's defense in that Texas Tech game was on an absolute heater. Absolute heater. They were able to make the stops necessary, create turnovers, allowing the offense to stay on the side of the field. I mean, they had it. They had it. But the one team they didn't do it against was Indiana. Fernando Mendoza, your Heisman winner, who has thrown for 3,100 yards this season, just come off an absolute elite game, putting them against Alabama, where they beat them 38-3 by the biggest margin that Alabama's ever lost since 1998. Fernando Mendoza I've already said this, had more touchdowns than he did incompletions in that game, which is phenomenal. Phenomenal. The name was Hemby. I got to correct myself. It was Hemby, not Heffy, for the running back. I knew I was right on that. I don't know why I try to correct myself. 1,007 yards rushing on the season translates to it's not all on Mendoza. It's not all on Mendoza. So we're going to look at it from the Indiana side of the ball, and then I'm going to switch back to the Oregon side of the ball offensively. Fernando Mendoza just got to be who he is. Stay comfortable in the pocket. Indiana's offensive line has to hold serve to Oregon's defense, who's got a pretty good bit of speed to it. Pretty good bit of speed. And they make plays, and they create turnovers. I think that Fernando Mendoza will do just like he's done all season. I don't think this is a kid that just really has bad games. He might throw interception, sure. He might even fumble, sure. But he always finds a way to bounce back, right? He always finds that way to bounce back, come in clutch, seal the game. And I think that's just who he is. That's just the type of kid he is, type of player he is. Kirk Cincinnati, not going to get out-coached. Dan Lanning generally doesn't get out-coached. So who's it going to be? Who's going to be the winner in the semifinal game? Comment below. Let me know what you think. I need y'all to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel too. Like and subscribe to the Common Fan channel. Share it to all your friends. It helps us out a ton. We need your help. We need your help to grow this channel. We're sitting at 223 subscribers right now. Up the numbers for us. Dante Moore, not the best, most exciting elite runner in the country, but Dante Moore is a playmaker as well. And the NFL scouts think that too, because he is predicted that he could go in the draft at a pretty decent draft grade. Hearing reports that he might return for next year. That's great. Probably what's best for him, but he could go NFL right now if he wanted to go. Fernando Mendoza going to the NFL. I like Whittington, the running back. Hard, get after it, pretty quick, twitchy guy. 829 yards on the season on 129 carries for 6 touchdowns. Not jaw-dropping stats, but pretty good stats. Benson, the wide receiver, 700 yards receiving on the year with 6 touchdowns. Oregon has weapons. They've got a really good linebacker. Don't even try to get me to say his last name. Tuitai. 9.5 sacks on the season at a linebacker. They like to do them design blitzes. They like to shoot schemes. They like to hit the gaps. They like to get to Fernando. They're going to try to get to Fernando. We need that offensive line. That offensive line of a group of 24-year-old grown men out there playing against kids. Seriously, Google it. Indiana does not have a starter on either side of the ball under 21 years old. That's facts. Bunch of grown men. But don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Hate the system. Hate whatever's happened in college football. Yeah, whatever. Y'all can argue about that in the comments. Cooper Jr., the receiver, if he's healthy and not banged up, 850 yards on the season, 12 touchdowns. Really like this kid. Got good twitchy, runs routes, excellent, good speed, hands of glue. Watch out for him, Oregon, because I don't think that you'll see Indiana turn over the ball like Texas Tech did. I don't. Which, by the way, Oregon, shout out. Giving y'all's roses on that. Shut them boys out. Didn't let them score a single point. I like it. Because everybody thought Texas, myself included, thought that Texas Tech was a powerhouse this year. Y'all proved them wrong. Y'all handled business. I liked it. My final prediction for this game, I'm going Indiana. I'm going to Indiana with Kirk Cignetti boys. I think they come out on top. I think that nobody's stopping them right now. I think they are destined for a national championship. And Fernando Mendoza and Kirk Cignetti and the whole staff of the Hoosiers, whatever you want to call them. Southern accent here. I think that they win this game. I like how they can do it. I think that they can do it. I'm feeling somewhere around 27, 21. Oregon comes up short. Indiana wins it 27-21. I feel pretty confident in that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But right now, I'm not picking against Kirk Cignetti, and neither should you. If you're a Ducks fan, let me know what you think about that. If you're an Indiana fan, let us know what you think. Again, thank y'all for joining in. Can't wait to get after it. We'll do a recap on this on Monday's show. Can't wait for it, baby. Let's get it.